playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Keep playing hard. Down. 10-2 stop. Ready?
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Running the jet sweep with Ridley. Now a loose football. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers. Look at the big man rumble. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Daniels nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
80 weapons.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one good for 26 and a first down.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Atlanta.
Let's go.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Go.
They run. Robinson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Right here, guys. Alpha.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Back to throw. Daniels. And that is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go. 8 reads. Protein spill.
Not today. Switch.
Hey, Charlie. Be careful.
On first down, Costello. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
You ain't doing nothing. Hey, Orville.
Mike 51. Got you.
Shoot.
To throw again. Costello. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Throwing on first down, Daniels. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
I got you. Watch out.
Two draw Porkins.
On the run, it's Robinson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd down, it's Robinson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And his kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
2nd and 11. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Costello. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Second and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Set. 18 Gator.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
We got 4. We got 4.
Chargers, nothing.
On the ready. General West.
Cut.
To throw on 2nd down, Costello. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
30 base.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hey, zoom. Speed grip.
From the gun, Costello, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Fielded just inside the 30. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Right.
They'll run here with Robinson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That's taken in by Callaway. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Charger drive about to get going. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Set, ready, 8, read. Stay with your man. Get it.
Now they'll try the jet sweep here. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
Go, go, go.
Hey!
Looking to throw on second down. Costello, his throw incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. Third down here. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, Costello. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
A gain on the play.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Okay, ready?
Chargers.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
First and 10.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
To throw on second down, Costello. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Looking to throw. Costello. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Let's go. Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. From the gun, Daniels going long here for Wallace. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Got it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, let's get there. 57.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. He's going to let this one go. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 44.
Ready?
Throwing to start the drive. Costello. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. 45, 45. Mike, 45.
Hey, Delta.
Let's quit that.
Get it.
Second and 10. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is third and 10.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Hey, Haywood.
51 to Mike, boy. 51. Come on. Come on.
Hit it.
From the gun, Costello. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Check 13. Check 13.
Rock it. 5.
There's a first down run with Collins. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Desmond King picks it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Hey, Sam on.
Operating from the gun, Costello. He's going to wind up, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous. Hey, high 7. 57's right.
Let's pick it up.
Go.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Shoot.
A final shot before break. Daniels. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They go again with Collins. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check curls, check curls.
Go.
Switch. Check it backer, check it backer. 49, check 49, check 49. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Ready.
This is Collins on the toss. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Ready? 18, Gator.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Check 50. Check 50. Alert flare. Alert flare. 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 Shoot. 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 Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Get it.
On second down, Collins. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 24.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
Man up, D.
Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Set, go.
On first and 10, Daniels. He's able to find Wallace. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 50 yards. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for first and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. And this is caught at the 8. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They come up in an offset eye. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check.
Looking to throw. Daniels to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it'll be second and goal. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They come out here in the eye. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal.
Check 52. Show it up.
80 weapon. Hey, seam 6.
Second and 5. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Derwin James with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. you really have no chance to win the football game.
10. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Hey, check 24, check 24. Shift, watch the shift. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Lead river.
They'll run on first down. Collins. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover,
Here we go.
and not be deterred by anything else.
Shoot.
Off the play fake. Costello. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They come out here in the eye.
60 or.
Check, check.
Hey, lock it.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Leo. Set, go. Snap.
On first and goal, Collins. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4 yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Check your hot read. Wide. Get wide. Safe. Shift.
They run with Collins. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf.
Double tight. 4 down. Check. He's coming.
Protein spill.
Double up. Kill. Check 3. Check. Crunch.
Ready.
They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25 yard line.
Ready, break.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw. Daniels. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watch the run. Kill. Slam. Hey, watch it.
Stand.
Rush in.
Go. Go, Jackrabbit. Come on, go.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Down, 18 Gator.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo. Blue draw Corkers.
Come on, QB, come on.
5.
On first down, Costello. Over the middle, complete. It's Collins. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, 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 twist. Check.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Hey, exit.
Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Watch the pass. 6 guys. Check.
To throw on third down. Costello, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves. They help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle, and it makes the score 21-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. Quick dance. Come.
6'6", bullet high. Yes.
Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on him.
Get it.
Throwing on first down. Costello. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Set, ready, 60 or.
All day.
Hey, Alpha.
45. Mike, 45. Pick it up.
From the gun, Costello. Oh, what a catch there by Allen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Ready, set.
This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's first and 10.
Kill.
Look, squeeze.
Out.
Set, go.
A toss play, Gordon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
No.
Look at me. Go.
51 to Mike.
5.
Off play action. Costello. And his throw here's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Man, I got you. Share. Watch the safety creep. Check hot route. Hot.
They'll try the right side with Collins. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Daniels. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Looking to throw. Daniels. He's going to let it fly. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Daniels. It's caught by Hooper. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35. On 1st and 10, Daniels. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Off the play fake. Daniels. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 14. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So for the home team here, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.